Hi everybody, it's Henry Perezalonso here with the Take 5 Challenge on the Push to Play Network with CPRS. Just so excited to be here again, doing the show, doing the podcast, which really is an opportunity for me to connect with other professionals throughout, hopefully the nation one day, as I talk to them and just take 5 minutes. This whole concept, why I'm here, really is focusing on people connecting, professionals connecting. In 2018, I was the California Parks and Recreation Society president, and I challenged the membership to take 5 minutes a month with somebody else. We connected them with each other, someone that has come before them, someone who's come after them, or someone who's at the same level, really just saying, hey, I want you to intentionally connect and just take some moments to talk about work, talk about projects, whatever it may be. And that's what we're here to do right now through this Take 5 Challenge podcast. Really an opportunity to model it for you. So that's all we're doing. And today's guest, I'm so excited to speaking with him. And when we come back, I'll have a chance to chat with Chad Clanton from the City of Tustin. So we'll see you soon, in a moment. Hi, and we're back, and I'm very excited to have this next Take 5 with a friend of mine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chad Clanton. How are you, Chad?
I am very well, thank you,
Cool.
Henry.
Why don't you tell us where you're from and what you do?
I am with the City of Tustin. I am the Director of Parks and Recreation.
So awesome. And how long have you been doing that?
I have been the Director for 5 years and then been with Tustin for 15.
How long have you been in the biz?
Per CalPERS, I'm at 29 years. So part-time before that, probably 4 to 5.
Did you start
I started as a 16-year-old in Covina,
yeah.
And I've been with the cities of Covina, Brea, Irvine, and Garden Grove.
That's pretty good. So so it's a lot of summers.
I have worked a lot of summers, yes.
That's my favorite thing to do. I try counting in summers. How long have we been in the business about? 30-some summers.
Yeah, it's been a lot of summers, a lot of activities in the summers for sure.
So what would you say has been one of your favorite things about being in the profession?
I hate to. This sounds like something that is going to be scripted, but it's true. It's bringing the community together. The best example I have is when this was some years ago. I was not even in Tustin yet, but did concerts in the park.
Yeah.
And I had a moment where all this, we had 800 people in a park, all hanging out together, having a great time. And it struck me that I had a part in this. I had a part in putting this together, and how connected the community was. It hit me in that moment, and that is something that I've carried with me. I see that even now at a much more administrative level. When I see that and my team is doing that, people in my team are doing that, I like to remind them of that. Hey, you did this.
Yeah.
You guys put this together. You're a reason that people are having such a good time. And so I think that's something to be proud of.
It absolutely is. I think it's. I guess our profession is like that. I don't even remember thinking it was a profession right off the bat. And I remember my stepdad used to say stuff like, "When are you gonna get a real job?" And I used to think, there's no way you could last 10 minutes doing what I'm doing here. Whether it be working with kids. Was there ever a time that you actually? Was there a time, or did you realize this is a real deal, and this is a job that I could actually do?
I think for me that came when I was with the city of Irvine, and I was at a point in my life where I had finished my degree in psychology, not at all, well, somewhat related, I guess, to Parks and Rec, but I had finished my degree. I had a very serious girlfriend. I wanted to have a career. I wanted to marry her. I wanted to have a family, and I didn't have anywhere else to go. I had waited tables. I had worked Parks and Rec, and waiting tables wasn't where I wanted to go, and so I just decided to, and I had, at that point, I was, extended part-time?
Yeah.
So I knew enough to know that there are people who do this job full-time, my bosses, and I just decided I need to make a conscious choice to do this. I need to go with the career path, so I went back and got my master's at the same time as I just really dedicated or focused my efforts on getting that first full-time job and then taking it from there.
So really, the waitering being a server wasn't good.
It was not. It was great while I did it, but it was not a career path that I would have a wife and family. No.
Were you good at it?
At first, I was good at it, but then I get bored with things, and so and that's probably why I like Parks and Rec, is things are changing so much. waiting tables, it didn't change a whole lot. The menu doesn't change a whole lot, and way customers are, it doesn't change a lot. So no, I got bored with it after a while, and if it wasn't for good money, I would have stopped it way earlier.
I think I was a busboy for, I don't know, like a weekend.
Okay.
And then I'm like, nope, this is not happening for me. But I also think that we learn stuff from those jobs and things that we do that we actually utilize in our Parks and Rec world, which I think is kind of interesting. Because I would say that you being a server, waiter, you had to put yourself out there quite a bit with the people that you're talking to and kind of being there.
I did. I had. That has been a lifelong journey for me of putting myself out there, having a social self. By nature, I am an introvert, and waiting tables and then doing what I do in Parks and Recreation. There's a private Chad and there's a social public Chad, and so I'm definitely in waiting tables, and that's part of what I probably learned in waiting tables is having to put my personality out there and try to be charming, try to be nice, try to make connection, and it's become second nature, and it's what I do in Parks and Rec as a director, and it's second nature now. But I definitely have to. It's a conscious choice I've made over the course of my career.
Because I think what I'm seeing more and more is people who are introverted in our profession. And it's
really okay.
I mean, I've actually been catching them, and I've actually been taking an opportunity to share. And this comes from a personal thing where I have my daughters are more on the shy side.
Okay.
One in particular, and but she's a fabulous person with kids or with folks with special needs. She just has this heart. But she may never get there if someone never gave her a chance. And I know that our staff that she works for really had to kind of see past the shy to see that there is a kid that is there. And I really realized that. I wanted to make sure that people knew about it and knew that there were people who were successful in the career that may have been more on the introvert side.
That's great.
And then there's folks right now that are currently going through it and saying, hey, there's more people that we know of that are introverted and in this extroverted world.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to highlight that and kind of talk about that and just share that with folks. And then with you, are there certain things that you say you now kind of built yourself up there? Have there been some, I don't know, what are tips and tidbits that you might share with someone who might be doing that right now to help them get through it?
I did mention making a conscious choice to take that approach to how I was with other people. In my first conference a long time ago was in San Diego. I don't even remember what year it was. It would have been late '90s, I guess. And people were networking, and I saw it, and I knew what networking was. I was like, I don't really want to do it. Feels phony.
Yeah.
It does come naturally to me, and I kind of bailed on things. I think that first year, and the second time I went, maybe the next year again. I don't know where it was. Maybe Santa Clara. And by that what I described earlier in terms of my process of making a decision, that second year I just said, well, this is what I'm going to do. I need to do this. I'm trying to remember who my mentor was at the time, or if I had a mentor that helped me in this way of like, in any career path, in anything you do, you're going to have to make conscious choices to be good at what you do. And it isn't, a career path, a job that of any worth isn't just going to be a piece of cake.
Right.
You're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to, and if you truly like the work, which I knew I loved the work, and I knew I could see myself doing it and developing it and helping others do it, and again bringing the community together, I guess I just realized, hey, this is just something you have to do. If you want that, like any goal in life, if you want to get to that goal, you need to make some conscious choices and some decisions to get there. And those won't always be comfortable. They may be awkward. But ultimately, they will be for the best.
Right.
And so I think it was just a maturity thing. Oh, I know who. There was a woman, she's long since retired, but Amy Hall McGrade with the City of Covina. She was a director there. And you mentioned earlier, Henry, that you'd hope to see something with your daughters.
Yeah.
Like she saw something in me. Yeah. And what I did with, whatever I did with Covina, I did everything there. Yeah. But that she saw something in me and she encouraged that. And encouraged me in the profession, and I hope she watches this podcast.
Yeah, no, I think that's cool because there is those people, right? That like the impact that they make on us, and I think that you see it, and I think you can see it through you. And I mean, honestly, like I'm not trying to like totally dote on you, but I will. I saw something in you that I was really, man, very, I like the energy that you got. I like this going on. And when I first heard the story of you being more introvert, I'm like, huh. I'm like, I didn't catch it because
Yeah.
those that know in the CPRS world saw you up on stage doing Good Morning, CPRS and all of that, and it really was something that you had to do, that you let yourself do and allow yourself to do. But I appreciate the fact that you were vulnerable enough at one point to say, no, man, I've been working on this for a lot of years. Do you ever feel like I don't want to say regress, but ever kind of pull back or?
Yeah, at the end of conference every year when I have been so social for a few days, but no, I mean it's part of I guess the benefit of having a wife and family like I do, and they know me, who I am, in the private chat that I mentioned earlier, so I can have downtime with them, and I have that outlet, I guess, if it can be an outlet to be an introvert, where I can just sit and read and or do not be around people that fortunately I have opportunities for that, and I'm sure I do get cranky at sometimes when things maybe are rough or stressful at work, but I don't think it happens a lot. I mean, you can ask my team maybe, and they give you a better answer or a different answer. I don't know, but I don't know if it's about regressing in terms of being introverted.
Right. But definitely you need that recharge.
I definitely need the recharge. The
weekends
and especially after the CPRS conference, I need that. But it all kind of works out, and I have a good. I feel like I'm fortunate, very blessed that I have a very good balance of that right now.
I love that. I appreciate you taking the time with me on this one. If someone wanted to get a hold of you or anything like that, where would they reach you?
So they can reach me. Are we giving out like cell phone numbers or email?
But if someone wanted to
City of Tustin Parks and Recreation. Yeah, through the City of Tustin Parks and Recreation. I have made this offer to lots of people. Some have taken me up on it. Yeah, I am always available to anybody who wanted to talk about anything. People, I think the Take 5 thing, your Take 5 thing, Henry, is great. Only as so much as people take advantage of it. Only so much as people actually do it. And what I'm describing about that first year of my conference in San Diego versus Santa Clara, you need to make a choice to be able to, that first conversation can be awkward. I'll do my best to not make it awkward, but it will be a little bit, and that's okay. You grow through awkwardness. You grow through experiences that aren't quite comfortable for you. Through Tustin Parks and Recreation, Clanton at tustinca.org is my email.
Thank you. And then one last question for you. We are talking about the Take 5 challenge, and I would like to challenge you to Take 5. And can we connect you with someone, or just to know that you'd be willing to be a part of this Take 5 challenge and make sure that we're sharpening each other?
I am more than willing to do that, and I'm not just saying that because I'm being recorded saying so.
I love it. Well, thanks so much, Chad.
No problem.
I really appreciate that. And we'll be right back with some, afterthoughts. And here we are again, just kind of back from the chat with Chad Clanton, and it was a good one. I really appreciated the time that he took. I really appreciated his insight, and recognizing that with any career, there are steps that we need to take to put ourselves out there, whether it be someone who's on the introverted side, and you really need to get past certain things and get past the awkward. I really like that. I think that's one that's going to stay with me right now. As I kind of walk around, it's like, let me get past the awkward so that I can get to the good stuff, right? Or get to the stuff that I may need to learn or do about. But I really do appreciate his vulnerability. And that was one of the things too. And then remembering that recreators, park and recreators, we come in all shapes, sizes, and social battery, filling, quiet, not quiet. But I do appreciate his leadership in the profession, and just the fact that he's still here and actually not a waiter anymore. So we again are here at Take 5 with the Push to Play Network from CPRS. Want to welcome you to kind of shoot out some messages to me through Instagram at Take 5, the number 5_challenge. Let me know if you want to have me talk with anyone, or if there's a specific topic you'd like to talk about. And also get connected with somebody else right now. I do challenge you to take at least 5 minutes a month with somebody else in the profession, in your world, wherever you are, so that you can truly become better, because we sharpen each other and we make each other better. So we will see you next time on Take 5. Thank you.